What's up, everybody? 300 in the house. How's everybody doing? Not sure where my people are, but I'm just waiting for them. So if you are new here, um, you can subscribe to my channel. Um, always talk about what's going on in the world. If you want to hear more content, just um, just subscribe to my channel and share my channel with others. Um, Also, it's a hangout chat as well. So yeah, as far as I know, California in big trouble. So there's a lot of flood going on over there. Well, like I said, that's just a hangout chat tonight. Um, that's why how the title says, "Talk to me." Oh, thanks for asking. I'm doing great. How you doing? Um, yeah, give me a second. I can drop you the link if you wanna jump in the bus. Yeah. Um, yeah, once in a while I do this. My first channel is I got a yeah, I am on my phone actually because nobody was saying anything. I'm like, you know what? Okay, let me play pool in the meantime. um, yeah, my first channel is actually I got a strike, so that's why I opened this channel recently as my backup channel. So yeah, it's the same. Actually, it used to be Persian Prepper, and then I changed it to 300 Warriors, and um, so yeah. Maybe you heard me on other channels as well. Sometimes when they go live, I jump in and talk with them. So where you from? Oh, you in Canada? Oh, okay. Um, I think I have one guy. He's from Canada too on my channel. Um, well, nice to meet you. Um, so how is it going on in Canada actually? I mean, like the situation, like everything expensive there too. Are there riots happening over there and things like that? So let me pin the link. I mean, I've been talking about on my on my original channel. Not on this one here. I just opened this recently, but I've been talking about that more riots going to happen soon. But unfortunately, you have so many people who who are drinking the Kool-Aid, and they don't know what is going on. So I mean, um, so many riots in so many countries going on right now. Brazil, Venezuela, Mexico, Iran, China. At this point, even changing the government will probably not be enough. No, that's not going to change anything. I mean, the damage is done. What are you trying? What are you gonna change? What are you capable of changing? Um, Now, I don't believe in voting. That's just me. But I don't see no hope for even if you want to vote. What's gonna change? Yeah, okay, you might have a different president, but you know, when it comes to farming and growing food, that's not gonna be changeable. 30%. Now, I don't know in Canada, but I do know here in the United States, 32% of the farmers have reported that 30% of the crops have failed in the US. So um, now people are not concerned for right now because they believe food comes from Walmart. But sooner or later, when they see that the shelves are getting emptier, maybe that's when they're gonna wake up when it's too late or so. I don't know. Uh, but they should wake up because it's going down pretty soon. I'm, me personally, I'm worried more about the weather condition that is going on, which which is connected to the food. You know, the more freezing levels we have, the worse it gets. You know. I don't know what you think about that. Oh yeah, you are you can you are free to do whatever you want. You know, we can talk about anything. Yeah, that's fine. Just come on up if you want. You know, sure. Um, let me see. Oh, you're not there yet. Okay. Um, yeah, I wasn't sure if anybody find my channel here because I was here a couple times, but nobody was showing up. So I came a couple times and then left. um, since I just opened this, you know. Um, oh, there you are.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
very good, very good.
There you are.
Oh, let me just mute this here so it
Hey,
doesn't do echo.
oh yeah,
Here we go. Done. How you doing? Yeah, I recognize your voice. I've been on your maybe your other channel, probably because you have a pretty recognizable voice. I'm pretty sure you're the guy.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you said you had a strike on your other channel.
Yeah, yeah, that's my second one now.
Wow. Any reason particular they gave you, or
Yeah, I was actually no, I don't know. Have you seen the movie Snowpiercer?
which one?
Snowpiercer.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So I was like playing that the trailer of it and asking people what their opinion is, if that's maybe related to what is going on right
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
now. And I got a strike for that. I'm like, wow. Um,
just showing the trailer.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
that's the part I hate about YouTube. That even if I play, for example, your channel, any of your videos, that's just me advertising for you in reality.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I don't understand why they punishing you for that. You know, that's kind of stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, it got worse and worse. At the beginning, you were permitted to do many things, and then it became
Mhm.
like it's so hard not to get a strike nowadays.
Yeah, I always compare this where I'm from. I'm originally Iranian. You know.
Okay. Yeah, you're the same guy. You're the same guy. I remember now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, everything is based on 1979, and I keep explaining that to people since most people don't know much of the history of my country. You know, we
Hmm.
had the revolution in 1979. We were a free country first, and now it's like a prison. You know, you have no rights, no freedom, no nothing, and it seems like to me that here in the United States, or basically globally, everywhere is happening the same thing. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Most people are not aware of conflict, real conflict in their country.
yeah. Um, Welcome, Don Keyboards. How you doing? George Floyd would have loved the stream. I appreciate that. No, but because you see, like on YouTube, you can't say certain words or stuff like that. When that's a start of getting rid of your freedom, basically.
Yeah, yeah. In Canada, where I'm from, it's getting horrible. They want to censor everything. They want control
Right.
over, over anything you say on YouTube, on Facebook. They can trace it back to you, and cops will show up at your door and accuse you of hate crimes. It's getting really bad.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, if you don't know, just go Google the Revolution 1979 in Iran. Then everything gonna look very familiar to you to what's going on right
Yeah,
now. Now, a lot of people don't know about it, and I understand. You can't know everything, all kind of history. We got too many histories on this planet. But
but there's a lot of similarities, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, right now, this is going on for 44 years. So people have enough of this bullshit. They're fighting right now. 18,000 people were executed from September till now. But you don't see much in the social media about it. Uh, I have I have family members still live there, and they send me sometimes very very terrible videos. What they do over there. But you do see, like, globally right now, a lot of countries are actually fighting against the government. Like China, Venezuela, Peru, Mexico, Brazil, even recently. They all fighting against it, and I really don't see a solution if you vote for another president. I mean, it's like you have a crack in your house and you're starting to build another floor on the top. I mean, it's gonna crash. That's the same way I see it with the government. They all corrupt, and they all full of shit, all of them. So I don't see no point of voting again. You need
yeah.
to start completely from scratch. That's how I look at it.
I think people, well, in the U.S. and Canada, we're still too comfortable. We still have a little bit of money. We still have food, access to food, and all that. And I feel like that's the the limit that people, when they start running out of food, they don't have any money. That's when the riots are going to really start. Not just the fringe people, but everybody's going to feel
Right.
the pinch. We're not there yet, and I said this like 10 years ago. It's about to happen, but it seems to always been pushed back. It's like they find a way to keep it going.
Right. I mean, I started in 2020. I was on somebody's channel. They asked me for my opinion, and I told them, you should get prepared. Soon they're gonna do food shortage and price increase and things like that. And their response was, "Oh, this is not a third world country. This is America." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because I was telling them in my country how much money they have to spend for food, because it got really expensive. And and then what happened? Exactly what I said happened here. I mean, globally now. And I'm like, okay, so what do you call this now? If this is America 2 or 3 years ago, what you call this now? I mean, everything is getting worse, And then when it came to um, prepping and all this, I said, okay, you have a property, uh, I don't know, 50 acres, 100 acres, you have
Oh,
a house and you have your family.
yeah.
Now you're getting attacked by 50 people. How are you going to protect yourself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. That's what they said. And then the funny thing is, after I said that in Los Angeles, California, they walked with 80 people in the mall, right? And
Yeah, I've
they
seen that.
robbed the entire mall. And I'm like, okay, there is no difference between a mall and your house, because when all these stores are wiped out, they're gonna come after you.
Yep.
And they don't want to agree to that. Oh, that's not going to happen again. I'm like, oh, okay. And they don't believe um, in together, in teamwork, because they all believe in themselves.
Yeah, but
It's like, to me, they are all scared on each other. They
yeah,
all live in fear for some reason.
yeah. Well, that's government that did that, right? They
Yeah,
want
this I this
they
I
don't
don't
want people to unite at all, so that's why they created those big cities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get mad when I say, yeah, you guys have a worse virus called I don't trust you.
Ugh,
They get
that's yeah.
they get mad at me, but that's reality. I'm like, look, when you were a child, you were playing uh, with your friends or classmates. You would even bring them over the weekend, stay with you, and you would watch cartoons together. There was no such a thing with I don't trust you. But as soon as you grew up, somebody put this crap in your head, and now you live in fear. You don't even know your neighbor. So when it comes to survival, you need to have some type of people who got your back, because you can't tell me that you're gonna do for the rest of your life, grow your food, take care of your animals, protect your property, and when are you going to sleep?
Yeah, but that's why back in the day people used to have a lot of children because they needed
Right,
them. They needed them to actually work on the farm and everything. Now people don't even have kids, and they think they can survive on their own doing
exactly,
everything. It's impossible.
exactly, and that's what I've been explaining to them. But I always get
I mean, don't
negative.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like kids, but most kids today are useless. They don't do anything. They just suck money out of you. They don't help around the house. They don't want to do anything.
Right.
And the kids are kind of lost. They have no purpose, right?
But I mean, it does have something to do how you raise your children as
Yeah,
well. I mean,
most people don't. That's the
um,
problem.
even the society has a lot to do with it too. Your school, when
Oh,
you
yeah.
go outside and all this stuff.
I remember my first school day was I was what, 6, I think, something like that.
Mhm.
And nowadays I think they start like pre whatever at 3 or 4. It's like it's too early. I mean, kids don't get raised by their parents anymore. They get raised by the system.
Right. That's why.
That's
Uh,
what they want. That's what they want, right? They want
yeah,
them young so they can, you know.
yeah. When the parent says, I raised my children, I'm like, no, you didn't.
Hmm.
Um, you are just offering only food and shelter. That's all you do. You're not raising your children.
Yeah, there's still
Uh,
some people that probably do, but we don't see those people much. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
I'm sure there are some,
it's not the majority. Let's just say.
like when you send your children in private school or homeschooling or so, But most of the case, yeah, they don't see their children as often. They're more in school than at home.
Yeah, 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 and they start the kids to get accustomed to sitting down for getting up really early, sitting down at the desk, not say anything, and that's preparing them to be a little drone down the road, and that's what school is basically. They don't teach much in school. I remember
Right.
that probably primary school where you learn to read and add numbers and stuff, but after that, a lot of it. I went up to university in Canada, and what I know today, I didn't learn much of that stuff in school. I learned it on the job, on my own. School is a big waste of time unless you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, then you need to know a lot of stuff and you need licensing and stuff like that.
Right.
But if you're going to be a carpenter or something like that, you don't need to go to school 2 years for that.
No.
Yeah.
See, when I was actually a welding inspector, so when I got sick, I said, I need to learn something else. So I wanted to go to college here, and they're like, yeah, $45,000 a year. I said, for
Yeah.
what? For learning? Learning is supposed to be for free. Don't you
Yeah.
mean? I will be a student, so how can I afford paying $2,000 rent and all this if I am not making money, because I'm in school. So anyway, I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. That's a lot of money. So I'm just gonna go to the library, get me a bunch of books, and then go online and study for myself till I learn. So I am a fashion designer now. I was running my own business, and I don't have no degree in it, but I do design my own stuff. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, like in the school system in America needs to be completely changed because America is always after money,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna make money, if you give free schooling for everybody. I'm sure the graduation for people would be way more than now. Now, in my country, for example, going to school and college is for free.
Hmm.
They don't charge. That is the reason why we have so many high educated people in my country.
Yeah.
Uh, doctors, lawyers, engineers, this, that, but when you compare it to America, it's like day and night. There are not too many people who have a high degree in America compared to how many people have less degrees or no degrees actually.
Yeah. It's a different kind of schooling in the West. I mean, the schooling here
Yeah.
is all to prepare you to go to work for somebody else. It's not about you starting your own thing.
Oh yeah, I heard that before. I think somebody else was telling me that too.
Mhm. It's a different type of system. They're just
Yeah.
getting you ready to go to work for somebody else. They don't really prepare you for,
Yeah.
creating your own thing and stuff like that. That's why most of the people that start big businesses, Bill Gates, all these guys, they all dropped out at some point
Hmm.
because school wasn't made for them. You know.
Right. Yeah. Same like with Robert Kiyosaki. He's the same way.
Hmm.
He didn't go to school either, but he's the richest man in America.
Yeah, yeah, almost all of them. The Virgin guy, the Virgin airline guy, same thing. What's his other name? The Apple guy, same thing. All these guys went to school, but at some point they said, you know what, this is useless to us. I want to,
Hmm.
so they recognize that school is not for them.
Yeah.
And also the school system now, and there's numbers now. Like in Canada, I think it's 63. 63 or 65% more female in university now.
Mhm.
So it has flipped because in the 70s they wanted to integrate more women into the education system and stuff like that because there was a disparity. I think it was 13%,
Mhm.
and now it's flipped the other way. Now they
Yeah,
dominate. They dominate the
yeah,
university.
it's the same in Iran now too.
Mm.
More females are going to universities compared to men.
Yeah, because the education system is more targeted for women. Women, the way they teach, the way, and it's like 80% of teachers now are women. There's almost no
Mhm.
men teaching anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's gonna have consequences for sure.
Yeah. Did you hear about these um, um, baby factories they're producing now with AI?
I've seen images like the pods with the babies in them, but I didn't click on it. I thought it was clickbait.
Oh, yeah. They each factory holds 400,000 children. So basically, you as a parent, you give your sperm and your eggs away, and then you can choose what skin tone the child should have,
Wow.
what hair color, what eye color, how
So
smart it should be, and things
so
like
so
that.
so basically, it's Gattaca, the movie.
Yeah, but I'm thinking at the same time, okay, you do want the population, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you're trying to produce um, more children. So basically, you want to get rid of us and then brainwash these children the way you want them to be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
That's how I look at it, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Because if you want to depopulate, then what you need to more population then for what? For what reason? So there must be a reason behind all this.
Well, in Canada, it's been around in the news a little bit. Is that the Canadian government is actually pushing for euthanasia of older people
Mm,
because they're not contributing anymore. They're just getting money out of the system, and it's been reported that some doctors and stuff, instead of trying to help, will actually try to persuade those people to end their life. So yeah, that's
yeah.
where we're at now. It's an okay thing now to
Mm,
euthanize people when they get too old.
right. Yeah, I remember in 2005, I used to live in Germany. You know, I'm a citizen of Germany.
Mm.
When I lived in Germany in 2005, they were already saying, we need to do something because in 50 years
Yeah.
there will be no more German original German race anymore. Um,
Yeah, well, it's becoming like that pretty much everywhere now, all right?
yeah, yeah, and for some reason they are against biracial couples. Also, they don't want you to have biracial children, I guess.
Really? In Germany?
No, here in the U.S.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mhm.
I'm surprised by that. With all the diversity stuff going around.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you going to stop that? You can't stop that somebody fall in love with a different race.
Yeah, that's
You know,
ridiculous.
that's crazy to me.
I think the big mess, in my opinion, I think this all started for me. I would say there's two things. In 2001, when we had the 9/11,
Hmm.
a lot of rights went out the window in under the guise of security, and they're still here today. They
Hmm.
didn't remove these things. The other thing is the green movement, about not using energy that we have now that makes our life better, but getting rid of it at a time where we can't we can't actually do it. We need that energy. We need the fertilizers. We need that, or else
Right.
a lot of people are going to starve. The quality of life is going to go down a lot, but they're pushing this green thing, and it's not feasible. You can't have in the world only electric cars. We don't have the resources on the planet to actually build these cars.
Well, it's not going to change overnight. It's like it's like you are 300 pounds and you eat like a pig. And
Oh
then
yeah, well that's
you
America.
say, okay, I'm gonna drink a Diet Coke and then I'm gonna lose weight.
Yeah, in Canada we're a little bit better on that front though. But in the U.S., yeah, man, you guys, well, you guys, I mean, you guys down there in the U.S., you're huge, and that's why you guys drive pickups because you don't fit in regular cars.
Yeah.
And it's not just because you're fat; you're just big. You're big people,
Hmm.
so you consume a lot of stuff, and that's okay. I understand, but that's a problem in the long run because that's all resources.
When I came to America, they were making fun of me. I was 110 pounds. They were saying, oh, your parents didn't feed you. So,
Yeah, but it's genetics. I mean, when I used to work in Chicago when I was younger, I went there. Everybody was big. You know, they were tall, they were big, and I was what 145, 150 back then, and I was like, man, these guys are just huge people. You know,
mhm.
and it's probably all the antibiotics and all the stuff that they put in the food that made these people so big.
Yeah, just because it is a big populated country,
You
they
know,
need to feed the people somehow. All this
the growth hormones in the
steroids and
cows.
hormones they put in the food,
Yeah.
it's not healthy, and that's basically what they put in their body. That's why I always say, you need to be careful what you put in your body.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, also, what 2 years now? I've been doing OMAD, which is 1 meal a day,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's hard at the beginning, but I'm used to it now. I couldn't eat 3 times a day now. It's too much. And
I,
I lost weight at the beginning, of course, but then I stabilized. You know,
mhm,
now I'm 175, 180, and I'm always staying there.
right,
Before I was like 220, 215, and I
mhm,
lost that excess weight, and now my weight is stable, and I'm fine. I feel better
right.
because I'm not spending all my energy just digesting food all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be difficult for those who who been eating like 3 times a day.
Yeah, and
When
they can't understand that how can you not eat? And it's like, well, human nature, if you go back real, caveman and all that, they ate food when it was there. You know, when they went hunting and they
right,
managed to take an animal down, they didn't eat 3 meals a day. Sometimes they didn't eat for 3 days.
right.
And that's
Yeah,
still
now imagine this. Now you eat 3 times a day, and then suddenly there is a
oh yeah.
famine happens.
Yeah,
You start to starve, right?
you're
What are
gonna
you
go
gonna
crazy.
expect?
You're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Um, that's why the earlier you start doing this to eat only once a day,
Yeah. And you
uh,
feel fine. You feel fine. The first 2, 3 months were hard
yeah,
because you're programmed, right? So you feel like you're hungry. You need to eat. You need to eat. But after 3 months, you're like, yeah. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I'll have like a shake in the afternoon, like a
mhm,
protein shake,
yeah,
and that's it. That's all I need. And then I eat the healthy dinner, and that's it.
right. Yeah, I eat only once a day. I have a good good plate, and that's it.
Yeah.
Uh, I eat only for lunch. No dinner, no breakfast.
Yeah. Of course, it all depends. I mean, if you're a lumberjack in -30 weather and you're expending a ton of energy, then yeah, you need to eat more. But
Right,
most people don't do that.
right.
Most people are not lumberjacks.
Yeah, my biggest concern about all these preppers is, they all prepping and they all believe being a lone wolf. Um, I don't think majority of them going to survive that.
No, even though you have the food and you have the weapons, you can't survive by yourself
No,
for a long, long time. It's
yeah,
impossible.
like 3 years ago, I was offering my land. And I said, hey, I have 70 acre of land, and
Mm.
if you wanna if you want to join me, hey, you can come here. We can build cabins and
Yeah,
grow
good idea.
food, things like that, right? The first question was, so how many years do I have to stay on your land till I can claim it? That was number one.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah.
Number two was, are you Christian? I said,
Uh,
no, I'm not Christian. But does it matter what my faith is? Because this is about surviving. It's not. I'm not going to live with you under the same roof. So it doesn't matter what my belief is.
yeah.
That was the second one. Then third one was, yeah, okay. So where is your land so we can come over the weekend and party?
Yeah. 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 Just
I said, this is not Miami Beach
yeah.
motel reservation here. I am telling you nothing. Where my land is.
No.
I
No.
don't
No.
even know you.
No. That's it. You need to find the right people, and that's not easy
Right.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people just want to take. They don't want to give too much.
Right. So then the other question was, okay, so when I come on your land, are you going to be the boss? I said, oh no, I'm going to give you my land, and I'm going to offer you my service. If you want me to give you my 65-inch flat screen TV too, just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
like, what kind of stupid question is that? Somebody offering you something for free, and then you having your high demands. I said, oh my god.
yeah.
For 3 years,
Human nature, man. I mean, you can't get rid of it. People just want
no,
to.
for
People
three
want to
years.
dominate. People want to dominate, right?
Yeah, can you believe that? For 3 years, from 2020 till now, there were only 3 or 4 people who actually um kind of were interested in, with the with the wrong idea, of course.
Of course.
So that didn't work out. So I had it on my YouTube channel, when it says about blah blah blah. I had my ad there, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this off. I'm getting pissed
You're just
of the
attracting the wrong
way they
people.
reacted to me. I'm
Mm,
like, and then I asked them this question. I said, okay, so how many preppers do you know they offer their land? He's like, none.
yeah, none.
So I think right now they still have the roof over their head.
Yeah.
They, even though everything got expensive, they still have food on the table.
Yeah.
But
It
when
won't.
they realize,
It won't take much. It won't
yeah,
take much. It'll
when they
take.
when they realize that their power purchasing is completely gone,
Mm,
that they can't afford anything, their income is worth nothing anymore, and their mothers or their children start crying because they have nothing to eat.
mhm.
That's when SHTF going to happen.
Yeah,
That-
and that's why it hasn't happened here yet because
yeah,
people are too comfortable
yeah,
still.
yeah,
So yeah, and people can turn on themselves very quickly.
yeah,
Like
and they got mad too. Yeah. Let me tell you about that. They were going to run a background check on me. They wanted to deport me. All
Jesus.
kind of shit. And only because of one simple question I had. I said, okay, what is it gonna take you to stand up and fight for your country?
Hmm.
Um, or are you going to sit down and close your eyes and get pushed further and further to the edge? Oh my God, they got so mad at me. Who the fuck are you talking to me like this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, hey, calm down, my friend. This is just a question. And I'm like, okay, you're getting mad at me right now. You're already blowing up. So I want to know what you're going to do when war actually really starts. You're already crying in front of me right
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
now.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't think this country has actually, is called United States. I
You,
don't think that they need to get rid of this united part completely because there is no unity in this country. Everybody is for themselves, unfortunately.
It's the same. It's the same in the Western world. In Canada, it's becoming like that too.
Mhm.
People don't trust each other. Unless you go into more rural areas, then there's less people, and people are a little bit more. And you can see it. Sometimes I
Mhm.
travel to a smaller rural
Yeah.
area, and the people are just nicer. Because
Yeah,
they
I realize that too here. Like when you go to smaller towns,
mm,
people are a little bit more friendlier than big cities like New York, LA, or so.
oh yeah, for sure. Same. It's the same thing here.
Yeah,
But when you're young, I was born in a small town, but when you're young, you want to make money, right? You want to see the city, you want to go dancing at night, pick up chicks and whatever. And
right.
in a rural area, you don't have a lot of choices, so that's why you move to the city.
Yeah,
And then when you're done with that, because I'm 54 now, and I'm done with that. So for me, I'm just biding my time, and when the time is right, I'm gonna get out of here because there's nothing left for me here. This is not made for me. It's made for younger people and stuff like that. I
yeah,
don't want to stick around here.
yeah. I feel I'm the same way. I mean, I come from a big city. I was born in Tehran, uh, 15 million population.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Jeez.
So and then I moved to Germany. Then from Germany, I moved to LA. So I lived for 14 years in Los Angeles.
Wow.
But I feel like I don't belong in a big city anymore.
No, there's
You-
a time for everything.
yeah, that is true.
But
I'm
when you have old people, that just stay in big cities because they made so much money, and they're used to it. It's like they inflate the prices of everything in cities because they have the means to stay there, and then the young people can't afford it anymore.
yeah,
So anyway, for me,
yeah,
when I'm ready, I'm gonna go.
especially in Los Angeles. It's ridiculous.
No,
How,
look at Vancouver in Canada. It's
mm,
the most expensive housing market in the world right now.
mm,
$1 million will buy you a shack.
mm,
It's crazy. I mean, but
mm,
that happened gradually because a lot of rich Chinese people came to Vancouver and bought up all the real estate, and the
mm,
government let it happen.
right.
And now, I think last week, the government said no more.
Mm.
No more foreign investors can buy property in Canada because it's out of control.
Well, half of the country is already sold here, so
Mm. Yeah, us too. Same thing.
somebody asked me if China would invade America.
Mm.
Uh,
They don't
my
need to.
my answer was no.
No.
Um, I don't think that's what they're gonna do because they have property here. So why would they invade their own property?
Yeah. They don't need to invade physically.
No.
Economically, they'll win. Right now, they're having problems too, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They just they just laid off 10,000 people,
Mm.
and they've been protesting the last couple of days actually.
Did you ever? Because I would say 10 years back, 5 years back, I would say, God, I can't wait for the SHEF to happen. I'm sick of this. And that
Oh
was
yeah.
10 years ago, and I'm like, it hasn't happened yet. That's crazy to me with all the shit that's going on. It's like, what's happening?
Right.
Why is it still why is it still on track? What's going on?
Yeah. I'm asking this all these American people here. I'm like, what are you waiting for? Uh,
Uh,
you know. And and I don't know, for some, I don't know, maybe it's because I am an immigrant or so, I don't know.
no, I don't think so. It's just
But they
it's
get mad. They get mad when I ask this question. I'm like,
uh,
look at other countries. You are heavily armed, and you
mhm.
you sitting in your home. You lock your door, and you're living in fear.
Yeah.
While other people in different countries fighting for their freedom without firearms. Now imagine what they would do if they had firearms. God
Well,
damn. They would take over the country.
Yeah, look at what happened in Canada last year with the truckers in Ottawa. I mean,
Mhm,
that it was a peaceful protest, but there was a lot of them, and the government just freaked the hell out, and then
mhm,
passed some emergency measure, like wartime measure, to actually get rid of these people, confiscate
mhm.
their bank account, their trucks, just to send a message: if you stand up to government, we can come after you. And governments are stepping on very dangerous ground by doing that, because you're going to have a group of people that are going to be afraid of the government, and you're going to have another group that are going to be really mad about the government.
Right. I mean, like right now in Iran, for example, right? They have executed 18,000 people, right? And then recently they executed two boys. They were, I call them boys because they were very young, you know.
Hmm.
They were in their 20s, you know. So, but you can't fear the people with executing people. You already executed 18,000 people, and they're
Right.
not going to stop till they get what they want. Um,
Right. The difference is in the West, what they're going to do, they're going to kill you economically. They're going to take away your job, they're going to take away your money, and it's that's what people care about here. They care about
right.
money, and they don't care if they kill. The government can't kill people in cold blood here. That will not fly. But
Yeah, but
unless they make them sound like, oh, they were bad people, and they lie about those people.
right. But you know, my thing is, you know, you do have 330 million people living in this country.
Yeah.
You can't you can't put them all in prison.
No, there's already too many people in prison already.
You better start in the 1800s to have building like that. So, but if the people would stand up, you know, I mean, you
But
they in 2020 they were telling me, you know, the people who used to come on my channel, right? They used to say, "Oh yeah, you do need to go to your local government." I said, "The government is already corrupt. What is the difference between the government and local government?
no,
Aren't
yeah.
they the same crap?"
No, they will not listen to us. They will listen, though. You know who stands up? All the LGBTQ and all these people that demand r- outrageous things, and the government will listen to those people,
Hmm.
because it divides the people. But if you go with common sense and logic, and you go to them and you say this and that, it's totally true. It makes sense. They don't want to hear about you. They want to hear the crazy people, and the crazy people get heard.
Hmm.
I mean, look
I
at what's
mean,
happening everywhere. I mean,
yeah,
there's people identifying as, rabbits and stuff like that, and they,
mhm.
them, me, you, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I noticed that in here in the U.S., like a lot of people are really believe in voting, you know. But dude, are you voting for paying taxes? You voting for property taxes,
yeah,
for this tax and that tax? Is that okay with you? I mean, and when I tell them, you know, hey, if you go, you as an individual, you are a good citizen. You pay your taxes. You have no background, no felonies, no nothing, and now you voted for something that you believe in, and then now this person became the president, and you go to the next office and put your complaint in there. You know what they're gonna tell you? There's the exit. Have a nice day.
yeah.
Because they don't give a shit about you.
But
That's reality.
let me tell you a story that happened in Canada,
Hmm.
just to show how stupid people are. Okay, at some point, Netflix, Amazon, and all these big guys, they came to Canada, and when we ordered from them, or we had a subscription from them, we wouldn't pay taxes because they were American companies,
Right.
right? So they couldn't collect taxes for the government of Canada. They're not an entity that resides in Canada. So the government started lobbying and started telling people, "Oh, look at these big companies. They're not paying their fair share, and blah 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 and all that." And the idiot population went, "Oh yeah, that's not right. Those rich people, they should pay," and stuff like that. And what they didn't understand is that the government wanted to make a law that Netflix, Google, or whatever needed to charge taxes. So basically, the people were for, yeah, yeah, they should pay their fair share. Now when I order something on Amazon or in a
Mm,
subscription or everything, there's tax, there's Canadian tax on it now.
right.
So people were happy to hate the rich people,
Mm,
not realizing that they were lobbying to pay more taxes.
right.
It's ridiculous. People are so dumb sometimes. It's like, dude, I was
Yeah.
telling them this is crazy. You want to pay more,
Mm,
Anyway, it's ridiculous.
yeah.
I
There's almost nothing that you don't pay tax on anymore.
everything now.
Yeah.
Everything.
I remember when I used to buy on eBay stuff,
Yeah.
there was no tax
There
on it.
was no tax on it. Yeah.
Now, whatever you buy, it doesn't matter if it's eBay or any other of these type of um, buy and sell websites, is always tax included.
And that's not a long time ago. I'm talking maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. You could buy
Mm,
something on Amazon and you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it.
right.
Now everything has tax on it. I don't
Everything.
know in the U.S. Do you have that? Let's say I buy a used car. If I buy a used car, I need to pay tax on it,
Hmm.
even though the tax has already been paid by somebody when you bought it new. So now you're charging tax multiple times on the same product.
Yeah, when you buy a used car, say for instance, you bought a car for $5,000 or $10,000,
Mhm.
and you go and register your car at the DMV.
No, that's another thing.
uh, that's when they're gonna charge you because of what you have paid.
Yeah.
So I'm really smart about that. I always go tell them, hey, it's not gonna hurt you. I paid you in cash instead of $10,000. Put there, you sold the car for $2,000.
Yeah, you put something that's believable. Here in Canada, let's say the car is less than 15-year old, they
Mm,
have the value of that car. So let's say you paid 15 grand, you can't say I bought it for 1,000 because in their book they're going to look at the car make and model and year and they're going to say no, that
mhm,
car is worth that much, so we're charging you that much. But to go back to registration of a car, do you know where that comes from? Because that's something I learned a long time ago. Where registering your car comes from. So basically, it comes from the time when somebody with a boat, like a big boat, would go to a harbor, park his boat there, and then he would register his boat with the dock master. So
mhm,
basically, what he was doing, he was giving him ownership of his boat to that guy to take care of it while he wasn't there.
mhm,
And then when he came back to claim his boat, they would rip that paper up, and then the boat became his again, and then he would leave. Now,
mhm,
government have you register your car for one good legal reason. You're giving him your car. It's not your car anymore. It's the government's car. That's why when you get arrested for, speeding or whatever, the cops can seize your car because it's
mhm.
not yours anymore. It was registered to the government. Look it up. It's crazy where it comes from.
Wow. What you think about these electric cars?
Well, electric cars, uh, there was a debate on that like a week ago that electric cars make no sense. They actually pollute more than people think because most of the electricity in the world is created by burning coal.
Mhm,
So, and also, we don't have the resources to replace all the combustion cars with electric. We don't have the lithium. We don't have the copper. We don't have the resources. We live on a finite planet. And
mhm,
unless we come up with another battery, and they're looking into it, like a salt battery and all that, but it will never be as good. Not yet.
right.
So
Yeah.
for me, hybrid cars make sense. Hybrid,
Mhm. Yeah. I was
electric, no.
I was watching a video on YouTube, how a electric car blew up.
It blew up.
Yeah, it was the car was driving on the road, and then you have those electro poles on the side of the road, right?
Right.
For some reason, some function happened, and then the battery of these cars are in the trunk, um, blew up. Their trunk opened, and then it started on fire. And then on the road, the car was not running, no function. He couldn't you couldn't even move the
Mm,
steering wheel, nothing. It was all locked, you know.
yeah.
So it was running into another car and accident happened. I'm like, oh, so much for safety with electric cars, you know. And then recently, you know, on December 22nd, 1.1 million were without power here.
Oh yeah, that's
11
true.
states have no power at all. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, so I want to see where these cars are going to charge their batteries right now at this moment. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
so
a great when you think about it. Electric cars is a great way to control people
right,
because they could especially with the Teslas and all these computerized cars, they
yeah,
can actually shut you down
yeah,
remotely, and they
yeah.
can track you everywhere and everything. It's a great way to control the population again.
I said before I buy an electric car, I go buy a horse.
Yeah, yeah. A horse will cost you what, $1,000, maybe $500, $700 to keep it healthy for a year.
Mhm. Yeah,
They look cool though. They look cool, you know. They look cool. The torque of them, you know, they're fun. But at the end of the day, if they decide that yeah, you can't drive that car anymore, well, too bad. It's not gonna start. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna sit there,
mm,
and you can't repair anything anymore either.
no.
You know.
That's why I've been saying to people, you know, hey, buy it. I understand everybody got a certain income, you know, but if you can afford it, you should go and buy as much as possible, even things that you might don't think you need at this moment, but there will be a time coming where you're going to need it and you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, I think there's too many people right now to survive without some sort of government entity. I mean, we can't go back because when you think about it, there was a billion people on Earth before the Industrial Revolution and the discovery
Mhm.
of fossil fuels and that, and it was steady. It was steady. It never went much beyond that.
Right.
You know, and then it exploded because of fertilizer, machinery, and all that stuff. I mean, if the SHTF happens, that population is coming down.
I do hope it happens.
Well, me too, at some point. But I'm getting old, right? So I'm getting old to the point where it's not my fight anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's and I tell young people, dude, you have to fight for your rights. I'm not going to fight for your rights. I fought for mine.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, I think like this. I think if they, especially here in the U.S., if they don't stand up, they're gonna push you further to the edge, and
you know,
by the time when you are sitting on the edge, it might gonna be too late for you to fight. Fight as long as you have the chance for it. You know.
yeah, and also the decency in people is gone. If you look at governments now, they they will do horrible things because the law in place. There's so many laws now and lawyers and a lot of paperwork and everywhere. Even though it's a horrible thing they're doing, they'll do it because legally they can get protected by the laws.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, there's no decency in people anymore. Hey, I can do this, it's legal. Yeah, but it's a
Mhm.
horrible thing.
Yeah. I had even people telling me, you know, hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna immigrate to a different country. You know?
Yeah, where?
I'm like, what difference does it make?
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
I said it doesn't matter where you go right now. Wherever you go, the sky is blue.
Yeah.
Uh, so because you got this BS going on the entire planet. It's not just that you say, okay, we have an issue only in America. So okay,
No, not
I
anymore.
moved to Canada, or I moved to Mexico, or I moved
No,
to Australia. So, no,
no.
it doesn't matter where you go right now. You know.
I mean, we don't live in the Middle Ages. Everything is connected now,
Yeah,
and everything is falling apart. Not just here, everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, at some point, it's gonna catch up with you.
yeah. I said instead of running away, you know, you should maybe stand up and fight for your rights. That's the only choice you got.
Yeah. The
Either
people in.
either you fight or you go on your knees.
Yep.
These are the only options you have.
Yeah. Mm.
But running away, since this is a global issue, not gonna benefit anybody. Yeah, you can travel, have fun and go to a
Well,
different country, but you're
less
gonna
and
be
less.
you're
Less and
gonna be
less.
still in the same boat.
Yeah, less and less though. Traveling is not fun anymore.
No,
It
I
used to
mean,
be.
me personally, I have enough of it. I have
Hmm.
traveled the entire world. I have lived in so many different countries.
Yep.
But when I tell them where I have lived and all this, oh, that must be fun and all this. Yeah, maybe the first and second time, but after a while, you're getting sick of it.
Yeah, like everything else.
Yeah.
I'd say it's not looking good. I don't see a silver lining. I don't see it getting better. I only see it
Oh
getting
no,
worse. Yeah.
it's gonna get worse.
Yeah. It's not going to get better.
No, I don't think so. And I hate when people say, oh, I hope it's gonna get better.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Hope. I said,
The hope.
hope and reality are two different things, my friend.
Hope never resolved anything.
No. Um, or some people say, oh, I'm not worried about it. I put everything in. I put my life in Jesus' hand. I'm like, oh my God. Well, you know what? I don't know, but
It's a nice sentiment. I get it. It's a nice sentiment. Makes you feel better.
I'm like,
That's
hey, have
fine.
you forgotten that God gave you a brain? So
God wants you to work for what you have. He's not going to help you out of everything. I mean, you're here to, you have free will. Use
right.
it.
Yeah, but I don't. I think this is gonna get even worse. Not politically saying, but with the weather, with everything that is going on.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. We can't reverse this.
No.
So everything we're doing right now, the green stuff, it's just hurting us more.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not going to do anything.
No, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, the example I made. You are 300 pounds. You've been eating for 20 years, 5 burgers and two chickens, and then you say, okay, now if I drink a Diet Coke, everything will be fine again. No,
Yeah,
it's
right.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like recycling.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
You for decades you've been poisoning this planet, and now suddenly, oh, now we're gonna do this. It's too late for that. Should have thought about that 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
There's some people that are actually so out of it that some people will say, "Well, we're gonna go live on Mars." It's like, what the hell are you talking about? We're gonna go live on Mars because Elon Musk is building a rocket. I mean, would you wake up?
Right. Yeah. If you can afford the ticket.
Yeah. Even then, I wouldn't want to go. It's a horrible place to live. There's nothing. There's nothing there.
No.
Yeah, I'd rather die here, man.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. Some people don't want to die, right? They're afraid of death or whatever. They think they're gonna live forever, so that's why. Oh yeah, if I could live forever, I would. And when I hear that, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Oh,
you know how bored you would be after, I don't know, 150, 200 years.
There is this Chinese man who lived over 130 or 140.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right. So who had 18 wives because they all passed away and whatever. And he had, I don't know, I think over 47 children or something.
Damn.
And I'm like, I'm concerned about his retirement plan, They were probably sick of him. They like, God damn, when are you going to die?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
how do you live anyway? I mean, if you retire at 75, worst case, God, you still have 40 years to live. How
yeah,
do you pay for that stuff?
right.
It makes no sense. And people just like the idea, but they never actually think about the repercussion of everything. If everybody lived to be 150,
Mhm.
what the hell? I mean, it makes no sense. Economically, it's unfeasible.
Yeah, I mean, there is. I don't know if you have Googled it, but there are certain medication they now offering. Oh, this gonna make you younger and just gonna make you live longer and things like that.
Mm,
Me personally, I don't want to live that long.
me
Hey,
neither.
whenever it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
That's it. But sometimes I do wish I wouldn't even exist right now. Because I don't want to deal with this crap that is going on.
Yeah, that's hard. I think like that sometimes too. And at the end, I say, you know what? All I can do is live my own life, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, I feel like that the government or the scientists they trying to play God.
Oh yeah.
Because recently I was watching a documentary about scientists have found DNAs from the dinosaurs or whatever. I'm like, oh, what? Now you're gonna bring them back to life?
No, if they could, they would.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The
All
Uberus.
kinds of experiments they have done that we really don't know anything about. I'm sure they have done already. We just don't know about it. But
The, I think the big problem is that a lot of people, the majority of people, see politicians, scientists, doctors. They see them as god figures, right? They can do no wrong. They know better than us. And I'm going to tell you, some doctors are idiots.
yeah, oh yeah,
They're not all knowing. Some of them don't know shit.
no,
No, if you have a illness that's affecting you, you can learn about that illness a lot more than that doctor can because it doesn't touch. It's not him that has it.
hmm
So all these people that you think are better than you and all that, it's not. It's not true. It's just an image that they build themselves to control you.
right. Yeah, all this, even with this vaccine stuff, is the same thing.
Yeah,
I,
that's dangerous though. You can't talk about that stuff anywhere because governments don't want you to. Like on YouTube, they were banning videos and stuff
oh
like that.
yeah, I got it. That's another strike I had for.
Of course.
I don't know. Have you heard about Dr. Sean Brooks?
I believe so. Let me check. Believe so.
He was in a meeting with the government, and he was basically saying that they should have never invented that and give that to the people because this is dangerous. In 3 to 5 years, all those who've been vaccinated, they're gonna die like flies, right? So I put
Well,
that video on my channel, and then it didn't take half an hour, and
it was
I
gone.
received the email from them, saying that they don't appreciate misinformation.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
And
Because
then I made another video after the strike. I made a video. I said, "This is for you, YouTube. Go fuck yourself."
yeah,
Um, I got really mad about it. I'm like, "Yeah, you just don't want people to know the truth." What you mean? Why is that? Why can't I not post anything like that? I thought we are living in a free country.
yeah,
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 ain't that free?
yeah. No, it ain't that free anymore. And also,
No.
there's data now that shows that there's
Uh,
a lot of excess deaths related to the heart failure, myocarditis, or stuff like that, and that's real data that's out there. Like in 2019, there was, let's say, I saw the numbers. Right? Let's say there was 3,000 cases, and then in 2020, 2020 when it started, then it jumped to 12,000, and in 21 it jumped to 15, 16,000, and in
mm,
22 it went to 22,000. These
yeah,
numbers are real.
a lot
These
of
are real
people.
numbers, but they don't want
Yeah,
to talk about that stuff.
right. A lot of people think it's over, but
Oh no.
ain't over. It still keep going.
Yeah.
In UK recently, they found a new
Strain.
variant called XBB 1.5.
Yeah.
So And I said, I already know what's coming after this. And I tell you right now, I think it's going to be either Nipah or it's going to be Marburg. These are the two viruses that I believe they're probably going to release.
They're getting ready. They're getting ready to do lockdowns again and mask mandates in
Yeah,
Canada. So yeah, it's
yeah.
coming. It's coming.
I mean, I don't see this as a lockdown, to be honest. Like here in America, this lockdown is a joke to me. What lockdown? Hey, nobody's controlling you where you go and what you do. All this, you know.
Yeah,
But
in Canada it was really it was locked down though.
yeah, like in Turkey, for example, I have a friend who lives in Turkey. He said he has to show his receipt, from the grocery store, right?
Okay.
If it's longer than 1 hour, they have to pay 500 euro fine.
Oh my God. Okay, that's
In
worse.
China, they were held hostage in their own homes,
I saw that. Yeah, and people
and
were dying
some
in the
people
street.
were jumping from their buildings
Yeah.
because they had nothing to eat anymore in their homes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, now you can compare that type of lockdown with this type of lockdown.
No, you got in the U.S. they didn't really lock down. Here, where I live in Quebec, we had we couldn't go out after 11 unless we had a reason, and that lasted for a month about. So after 11, we couldn't go out to go buy cigarettes. Let's just say it needed to be because you're going to work or something like that.
Right.
So that lasted for a month.
Oh, so
And I actually enjoyed it at some point. I was like, hey, that's cool. There's nobody in the street and it's super quiet.
right.
And, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the COVID started, I had to go to Boston, pick up a truck and drive it all the way to Los Angeles.
Right.
And on my way, I had no traffic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, man.
I used to see only 2 or 3 cars. That's
Yeah.
it, on 4 lanes.
That was amazing.
Oh,
I was with my wife in the car and I was like, oh my God, this is what it would be like if there was less people.
yeah.
It was amazing.
When I was driving, I said, I must be in Germany right now. Because that's how the traffic is over there. There's not much traffic.
Yeah. Here we don't have that much traffic, but there was nobody in the street. It was like calm.
Mm-hmm.
Calm. You felt relieved. There was no stress, no people honking, nobody cutting you off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh my God, this is what it would be like. And yeah, I enjoyed it for the time it lasted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, what was the coldest degree you had recently?
I did my degree in programming.
No, I mean like weather-wise.
What do you mean?
How many degrees? Temperature.
Oh, okay. The weather here it's -1.
-1 Celsius.
Centigrade, yeah.
Okay.
Which is what 33.
Yeah, dirty or.
Yeah. Well, we got lucky where I am. I'm on the East Coast, and so far we had a really mild winter, very mild for us.
No, I'm in Nebraska right now, and it was -27.
Yeah, you guys, yeah. And did you get the big snowstorm too?
Buffalo had a big one, Buffalo, New York. But
okay, yeah.
I had only 20 inches of snow. Not that
It's still quite a lot. We didn't have much. We got lucky on the East Coast because normally here it's -30.
So in Canada, you measure with inches or with meter and centimeter?
No, we're centimeters and centigrade.
Then you understand when I tell you. In 1972, in Iran was a blizzard. They had a snow of 9 meter and 80 centimeters.
Oh my God!
The world record in history. 4,000 people died because they couldn't breathe. The guy was standing on top of the electricity pole.
The electricity pole, yeah.
That's how much it snowed there. American people don't believe me first, you know.
No,
They're
you
like,
can.
oh, Canada, Alaska, and Colorado. I'm like, my friend, I'm telling you, eh, I even can prove it even for you.
Yeah, we had those in the 60s, 70s, but it wasn't 9 meters. It was maybe I would say five at the
Uh-huh.
maximum that we
Yeah.
got. And there's a picture of a guy that's on the snow, and you see the pole, the electrical pole, and he's not on top of it. He's near it though. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's not as much as you were talking about. But we did get a lot of snow at some point here too. But it's been on the downside. So yeah, there's
right.
something happening with the weather, of course.
Yeah. Like right here. Look, I'm gonna show it to you. Um, right there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
That was
that's crazy.
yeah. And you wouldn't imagine that because you would think okay, Iran is in the Middle East, must be hot and whatever, right? Um, it it was 6 meter, 6 meter in the northern Iran, and then nine nine almost 10 meters in southern Iran, which is actually really hot. Which didn't make sense to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But well, okay, well that's a good point though. A lot of people say look at the weather today and they say, "Oh my God, it's horrible and all that." And then you go back in history and you find stuff like this that it happened before,
right, yeah.
you know? So
Yeah,
it's
it happened before, and a lot of people believe, because we had this little heat wave,
yeah, that
they
we're
believe
doomed.
it's
Yeah.
global warming. But
Mm.
I don't believe in global warming. I believe in global cooling, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I believe in we've got lucky so far. We still got the Gulf Stream, um, the sea currents that are what they call that thing, the conveyor under the sea there. There's a name for that thing.
You mean the Atlantic
Yeah,
stream?
yeah, the engine
Uh-huh.
of the sea that actually circulates the water
The
and stuff.
hot water with the cold water. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
apparently.
where the problem is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that's
Most people
apparently
don't
is
know.
slowing down, right?
Yeah,
Because the
I'm glad I'm
salinity
talking
of the
to
water is
somebody
getting
who.
too high.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm talking to somebody who got a little bit knowledge about that. Yeah, a lot of people don't look at it that way.
I know, yeah.
Uh,
If that shuts down, then we have a big problem, that's for sure.
right? I mean, a lot of people.
Europe would freeze right away.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. They started with prepping and looking more into this kind of stuff in 2020. I'm into this since 2008.
I'm pretty close to that too.
Yeah, so
Probably. Yeah.
since then I've been, when the first um, um, stock market crash happened, that's when I started looking more into that kind of stuff. And then um, I even talked back then in 2000, I think 2006 or 2007. Yeah, I was talking about the chip that's gonna come, uh, uh, that Sweden created, that rice corn that they going to put in your hand, that you can open doors and
Hmm.
pay stuff and things
I
like that.
remember that. I remember that. Some
Yeah,
people actually got it.
yeah. When I was telling to some of the people, they were saying you are nuts. You're watching too much disaster movies and Hollywood movies.
No, it was real. It was like the same type of chip that they would put in your dog so you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
and they
And some.
still doing it. They
Yeah.
still doing it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the next thing they're gonna do. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
would they would love to do that. Now they're using our phones and everything else to track us. So
Right?
maybe they don't need to.
Yeah.
Do you know that guy? What's his name? McPherson, Guy McPherson.
No.
Okay, well, he's a guy that predicted that. He has a pretty big channel on YouTube, Guy McPherson. He talks about these ecologists, like a real ecologist and stuff.
Hmm.
And he was predicting that everybody on the planet would be pretty much gone by 2026.
Oh,
And we're getting close.
okay.
We're getting close.
Hey, who knows? Maybe he's right.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. There was this other guy. He's from Belgium. Um, J- what's his name again? Something with Gerald. Oh man, what's his name? What's his name again? I can't remember. Anyway, but he was saying that in 2012 the whole world will shut down, and 9/11 worldwide going to happen because of 1.4 1.5 mile high tidal waves and things like that. I'm like, and then after 2012, I'm like, hey, what happened? I'm still here.
Yeah, there's always been doomsayers in history, and
Yeah, there are a lot of people who predict stuff, you know.
yeah. But Guy McPherson, he talks more in logical things. He was
Mm,
talking especially about this current in the Atlantic if it shuts down, and he was talking about crop failures and stuff like that. So
right. Well, he
that's what,
was saying that based on the Mayan calendar, you know.
yeah.
Right? Hey, there are so many calendars out there. Yeah, okay. If I go by my calendar, we were gone too then.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the year 2000, 2012, they made a movie about that, and
Mm,
that went and passed. What's going to happen in my mind? What's going to happen? And we talked about this. Once we start running out of food, that's it. If we can't feed the rich people, because there's a lot of people that are starving right now anyway,
oh yeah.
But when the West starts running out of food, people are not used to that here.
Hmm. And you know, like especially the preppers, they come on my channel sometimes. They talk about, oh yeah, these they are terrorists. They robbing stores and this like that. I'm like,
Mm.
trust me, you're gonna you're gonna join them pretty soon too. Uh, you you talking right now because you got your food on the table, but as soon as you got nothing on the table, you're gonna do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Trust me. And they're like,
It's gonna be
no, that's
it's
not
good.
gonna happen.
Yeah, it's good. Man, I wish I'm not here when it happens, because I feel it's gonna be so ugly. People are gonna, oh man, human nature can be very, very horrible.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be worse than animals.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. I don't want to
Mhm.
be here. I hope I'm not here
Right.
because I don't want to see that because it's gonna be. Ugh,
Oh yeah. And I mean, we're getting closer and closer. I
I
mean,
know.
you're already seeing like these riots when you see, right?
Yeah.
Or when they looting happens. You know, I don't know if you saw the one in Van Nuys, California. They went with 40 people, 40, 50 people, I would say. I didn't count them, but they were
I,
like around 30, 40 people.
yeah, I
They
saw.
walked in the 7-Eleven store
Yeah,
and
that's the one. That's the one I saw. The 7-Eleven when they
oh,
just went in and grabbed
yeah, you
anything.
saw that one? Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
they were grabbing chips and stuff. It's like they were just,
right.
yeah.
So now imagine hundreds of people walk into Walmart and do the same thing.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I said that before, you know, I said, look, time will come. There will be only on the aisle. There's only 1 10 pound of beef sitting there. And there will be three people fighting for this beef.
Yeah.
They're like,
Oh.
no, it's not gonna happen, you know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. The
I'm
people are.
like, yeah, yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
are you talking about? People are fighting over TVs on Black Fridays and stuff.
Right.
You were talking about food. You think people are not gonna fight? Yeah, they're gonna kill each other.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
they
people
are.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't understand. Food. You need food.
And then, you know, I keep telling them, you know, hey, when when they are wiping out all these stores and there is nothing left, they're gonna come after you.
Yep. Yep.
And they're like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm like, yeah, I want to see, because some say, oh yeah, I have 100 acre of land, I have a house, I have extra food, and I
Mhm.
have 10,000 ammo. It doesn't matter. Even if you have 1 million ammo, you are only one single person. What are you gonna do against so many?
Yeah, when you think about it, where are people going to go to get food? They're going to go to the farms. They're going to go to the
Yeah,
acreage. They're going to go to those places. They're not going to go in suburbia to get food. They're going to go to these farms and stuff. So if you have a farm, 100 acres, people are coming after you.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So
And that is the reason why I was telling them, hey, we do need to create groups, right? You do need to start having a group, and it takes time,
yeah,
because you need to build cabins and fences around your property and all this.
it,
Uh,
it,
they
my
want to do everything when it's too late.
yeah, but my
Like when
idea,
the
my
hurricane hit your house, right? And your house is gone, they're gonna come with the wood panels trying to find where were the windows so I can nail them right now. And it's
yeah,
too late. Your house is completely destroyed. And same thing with creating a group. You need to do this couple years before the shit hit the fan, because it
yeah.
takes time. And it's something we don't have much of it.
It's going faster and faster.
Yeah,
So if you haven't done it yet, yes, I
yeah.
don't think I don't think. Also, it's hard to find land nowadays.
Oh yeah, especially 2023 is gonna be worse than 2022.
Yeah.
God knows what's gonna happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see the future, but I have a bad feeling because see, when the revolution started in 1979 in my country, right?
Mhm.
They were robbing all the stores. They were burning banks, IRS, police stations. Bombs were flying. Bunch of dead people on the street. You know, it was terrible, and that's exactly where we're heading to pretty soon.
Yeah, and the difference
Um,
is people here are not used to that.
yeah, they don't know.
No,
That's the problem. They have never seen anything like that
no.
before. So, and all I hear from them, oh yeah, I have my AR-15, I am ready. I'm like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
keep sleeping, my friend. Keep watching Rambo 17 when he
So,
is holding a machine gun from a helicopter on his left arm. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people think it's easy just to pick up a gun and protect yourself. It's not that easy, man.
No.
You know, especially if you've never done it before, unless you
Right.
unless you went to war and you're a soldier and you've done it and you know how. But most people are not like that. They just buy guns thinking that they can protect themselves forever. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, the sad part is, they comparing World War III with street gangbangers.
No, there's rules in wars.
Right.
There's no rule when the shit hits the fan. There's no rules.
Nope.
In
Yeah,
war, there's
they
some
don't
stuff
get it.
that you can't do.
Yeah, they don't get it. But hey,
Whatever.
it's all good. Hey, if you believe, if that's what you believe, I wish you the best. I'm not even hating on you. I wish you for real good luck.
Yeah,
Um,
just be realistic, right?
yeah,
Just be
because a lot of
realistic.
people are really living in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
They dream from something that's not even real.
At the same time, I'm prepping. My kind of prepping is to prep for maybe 6 months. After that, if the world is still in chaos and it's not, I don't see a resolution on the horizon. I'd rather leave at this point. That there's no point in living in chaos all the time.
Right.
Yeah. At some point, yeah, I'm like, okay, calling it quits. Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Surviving to survive is not fun.
No, it's not.
You know.
I mean, people don't understand. I mean, surviving is based on killing.
Hmm.
Uh, you're going to kill something that you can eat. That's basically what it's based on.
That's nature. And
Yeah,
nature is cruel as f. You know,
yeah.
people
I
don't
don't.
realize that nature is not a fun place to be in.
Yeah, I think half of the preppers not gonna survive. That's how I think about that.
Of
Because
course.
I don't think they are really ready for something like that.
Well, the bad thing is that the people who are going to survive are the people you don't want, like the politicians, the elite. You know, these guys
Oh
will survive in their bunkers and
I mean,
protect.
they've been prepping for years. You know,
Oh yeah,
they have built underground bunkers. They have like look in Norway, for example.
yeah.
They have this world's largest seed bank, for example, right?
Mhm.
So they've been preparing for a long time, and you want to tell me, oh yeah, just because you got a house and maybe an underground bunker, you are prepared? No, you ain't. You ain't.
Not a lot of guys have underground bunkers. These things are not cheap.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know what I think it called Atlas.
Atlas. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this dude, I don't know. I don't know about that guy, but um,
Well, it's like Canadian prepper, right?
yeah, he's on Canadian Preppers channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he says, yeah, I have 125 square foot for $25,000. I'm like, what? And then
Yeah.
I looked up like how much he would charge for like 500 square foot, right? Like nothing below $120,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, uh, it sounds like yeah, everybody can come and afford that and buy that from you right now. Right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, and also if you install one of those, you have to do it clandestine. You can't let people know that you have this,
right?
because they'll just come and kick you out of there.
In Zurich, in Switzerland,
Yeah.
there are mountains, and they have this since World War I. They have like bunch of tunnels in the mountains with like cannons, like real weapons and bombs and stuff like that. They've been preparing since World War I. After World War I, they decided to build all that. It's like a huge thing. I mean, you can see it on YouTube. There's a video about that.
Hmm.
It's crazy how huge that is, and that is built for all the people in that town.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, though, is that a lot. I used to think, okay, it's gonna blow up, and then it's gonna be better. We're gonna rebuild, and I think what's gonna happen is gonna happen. A lot of people are gonna die, and the people that are gonna survive are the bad people, and they're gonna make
Mhm.
it even worse when it restarts
Oh
because they
yeah.
have control of everybody.
Hmm.
So I don't
I
know.
agree.
Yeah, it's a pretty bleak future, I think.
Yeah, most people don't even know what war means,
Oh God, no.
or how it is. I'm like, dude, it's ugly. I'm telling you, it's ugly. I
Yeah,
said, I lost my little brother,
damn.
back then. And it's nothing to be excited about or to be ready for. I don't want. Man, I traveled 12,000 miles to live in peace. It's
Yeah.
like a deja vu. It's like this shit is following me.
Yeah, the only way to get away from it is to go on another planet. We'll never get away from it. It will always follow us.
Oh yeah, but I believe if we wouldn't have a government, all this would not happen.
Oh no, of course. But
Because I don't think you as a Canadian civilian would say, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go now to the Middle East and bomb them." For
mm,
what? They haven't done anything to you.
yeah,
You would even think that way. But because of government and greed and power, that is the reason why they do all this stuff.
oh yeah, because they can.
Yeah.
And but when you look at history, we, well, me and you, we lived in probably maybe our parents a little bit more than us, but we lived in the best time in history as to comfort, security,
Oh
food, and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
If you go back 500 years, it was horrible.
Oh yeah.
So we got lucky enough that we got to live during a time when it was relatively at peace. We had food, and now maybe those times are ending, and we're going to go back to a time of war again and
Mhm.
famine and all that. But at least we lived through a bit of the good times.
Right. Yeah. Somebody was telling me, "Oh, I would like to live in the 1700s." I'm like, "Oh
Really,
hell no."
you're out. Yeah, you're
I
out of
said,
your mind.
I said, "Do you know what they did in the 1700s? They were burning women."
Not only that, you got a little infection on your toe, they would cut your foot off
Right.
with no anesthetic.
Oh yeah.
And you think a toothache hurts today? Back then, you were dead almost.
Oh yeah. That is so
Yeah,
true.
people don't understand how
No.
hard it was back then.
Hmm.
But it's because they see movies, right?
Yeah.
They think it's like in the movies. It's all
Oh
glamorized,
yeah.
cowboys, Indians, and all
Man,
that stuff.
this is something I don't understand. I noticed that here in America, a lot of people uh, believe everything they see in movies.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this is just a movie. What do you mean this is real? Oh, so, yeah, don't get me wrong. There are movies that are based on true stories.
yeah,
I get that, but majority of the movies are a bunch of crap, just made up stuff.
yeah. They're based on true events, but they're based on. They're not exactly retelling the exact thing.
Right,
You know,
right.
let's say
So
based on a true story could mean anything.
yeah, but
Yeah,
right,
the guy's name was George. That's basically the truth. That's it. The rest of it is invented.
right. I mean, right now, sometimes I believe I am in the movie The Day After Tomorrow,
Yeah,
or so.
it's getting there. I don't see a silver lining anymore. I don't watch the news anymore because you
Yeah,
know there's nothing in there interesting for me. I've seen it all before.
right.
So I stay away from it, and
Do
but I
you
can't I can't totally get away from it because it's on the internet. It's everywhere. So
right?
but I don't concentrate on it anymore as
But
much.
here, I'm glad you bring this up. And people say the news are lies, right?
Right.
But every YouTuber go grab stuff from what's in the news and spread basically lies. Then
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Where do
is
you
it
get your
true?
news? Where do you get your news? I
Yeah,
mean,
where do you get this from?
yeah, who's telling the truth? Who is not? It's not easy to actually find the truth. But
Right?
if you look, you can kind of make a good assumption. But most people don't even bother with that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, every YouTuber believes he's a journalist now.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, soon the real journalists gonna um, lose their jobs because of you.
Well, the mainstream media is dying. That we know because the
Mhm.
younger people don't watch that stuff, but they get they get horrible news on the internet too. So basically,
Right.
like what 2 years ago, a year ago, Facebook somebody did a test, right? So you went to his Facebook, another person went to his Facebook, and depending on what they believed in, they were shown
Mhm.
stuff to validate what they thought. One guy saw something, and the other guy saw another thing. It's all manipulated to make you feel, oh, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right.
Mhm.
We don't all see the same things. It's all manipulated by what we are looking at on the internet, what we're searching for.
Right.
Has it ever happened to you that you're talking to somebody about something? I don't know, a new car, a Mustang, or whatever, and then
Mhm.
you go on the internet that night, and you all you see is ads about Mustangs.
Right.
Is that the phone listening to you and somehow it ends up in your feed? Because that happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, you better don't talk about naked women.
Yeah, well, they show that a lot on the internet, so I don't have to talk about it. it's
Right.
uh, it's everywhere.
So, hey, I want to ask you, do you
Yeah.
know David Dubai?
Let me see.
Adapt 2030. That's one of his channels.
David.
Or mini Ice Age Conversation, MIAC.
No, no, I
Okay.
thought I thought I did.
He has a really good channel. I would recommend that. He talks a
Okay.
lot about the weather and ice age and then food shortage and things like that. You know.
No, okay. If you can put it in the private chat, so
Yeah.
I'll
Hold on,
I'll
hold on.
I'll,
Give me a
I'll
second.
copy it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look him up very quick.
Like I was talking about Canadian Prepper.
Mhm.
I watch him because he's funny, right?
Right.
And he really sells his stuff, right? Basically, he has a
Mhm.
company and he's trying to sell his stuff, and he's always doom and gloom. It's coming the next 48 hours, and those, and it passes, and then it's another 48 hours, or like today. What did he talk about? Let me see. He said
Oh
something
yeah.
like,
You
get ready, it's
full
coming."
spectrum, full spectrum prepper.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's the same way. Oh yeah, get your go into bunker and stock up on food right now. The end is near and things like that. I'm like, dude, they are fighting in Ukraine. We are God knows how many miles away from that. Why
Yeah.
do I have to go in a bunker right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's his headline today. This is about to get real interesting. It's and then you have
Yeah.
people in hazmat suits and oh my god.
Oh yeah.
He keeps doing it. It's funny. But that's okay.
Yeah. Some people say that he is like doom and gloom person.
Yeah.
Fear,
But
fear.
and then there's the other preppers. I can't remember what his name is. He's the opposite. Like, don't worry, but it's like yin and yang. There's no middle ground. It's like, no, don't worry, or yeah, it's about to get real. It's one or the other. There's never a middle ground.
What's his name?
Let me see. You know him, I'm pretty sure. Prepper. Is it Prepper now? No.
Reliant system.
Yeah, I
Uh,
used to. I used to follow so many, but then I realized how much full of shit they are.
yeah, yeah.
I stopped following them, and I used to call myself Persian prepper first.
Okay.
Um, But then when I watched them and I realized it, I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna call myself prepper. And then they used to ask me, oh yeah, do you follow this person? And I'm like, no, I don't follow nobody. Just a few people.
Okay, it's city prepping.
City prepping. Oh, the guy from LA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy's always minimizing a lot of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's the opposite of Canadian Prepper, basically. They
Hmm.
have good information once in a while, so that's why I keep watching them.
Yeah. Yeah. Angry Prepper from New York.
Yeah, I believe so. I've seen him before. Let me see. Angry Prepper.
The black dude.
Yeah, yeah, I know him. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but there's so many
Oh yeah.
because it makes money, right? It's popular right now.
Yeah. I said to myself when they when they stopped the monetization, watch how many preppers are left here.
Oh yeah,
And I don't have too many followers. I have a lot of haters because the way what I believe is the opposite of what they believe, or
yeah.
they want you to tell you something that they feel good about it. Well, I'm sorry, but if that's what you're looking for, you are at the wrong channel because I'm just telling you the truth based on my experience because of the revolution that I've been in war in my country. So some people get mad and all that. I'm like, dude, I'm not here to make you feel good. War is not something that makes you feel good
No,
either. So
no. People want to see a silver lining, right? Because
yeah,
if you don't give them a solution, they don't like it. They want to know that this is going to resolve itself somehow, and better times are coming. And but I don't see it. I just don't see it,
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that. You know, that's the
yeah,
thing.
that's fine with me too. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, hey, I'm not I'm not holding a gun on your head.
No.
Hey, you need to believe what I say right now. you
Yeah.
know, so hey, I'm just giving you my opinion and tell you things based on my experience. Now, it's up to you, if you.
Yeah, that's a symptom of society today. They just want
But
validate.
people are not.
They just want validation, right?
Yeah, but I don't see people getting together because people are actually divided here in this country. They hate. I do know this. I lived 17 years in America now,
Hmm.
and I do see that more and more people are hating each other instead of sticking together.
Yeah, and
Because
the media doesn't help. The
yeah,
media puts people against each other every
because
day.
because on the end of the day, we're all sitting in the same boat.
Yeah,
Um, they want to believe it or not.
a sinking boat.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately,
Mm.
that's
Well, it was good, man. I gotta go.
yeah. It was nice
It's a
talking to
little.
you, man.
Yeah,
I hope
it's late
I hope
here.
I hope you,
It's
I hope
almost
you
1 o'clock.
come more often here.
Ah,
And,
it was just by chance that I saw you here because
oh,
this is a new channel. So I wasn't sure if it was you, but when I heard your voice, I was like, I know this guy.
yeah. I'm gonna give you the other link from my old channel because after next week I will be back on my other channel.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
that
Give
way
me
you
that.
have the other one too.
I'm probably subscribed already, but give it to me again just to make sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah, there
just
it is. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm already subscribed.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, are you gonna keep this channel going? I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this for as a backup.
Okay.
Um, if I get another strike, I'm positive that that channel is gonna be gone completely because I already got two strikes. But I'm gonna come on this to make sure that more people come here.
All right. Well, I'm subscribed to both, so if you come on
Yeah,
sometimes, maybe I'll
yeah.
jump
If you
in.
don't see me, when I go now, you are subscribed on both. If you don't see me on the other one, you will see me when I go live here. So
Sounds good. Well, it was fun. It was really fun talking to you.
yeah, it was
I
nice.
like talking about this stuff, so it was
Yeah,
enjoyable. Thank you.
yeah. Stay warm, my friend.
All right. Take care of yourself, and
Yeah,
maybe
you too.
I'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. So yeah, that was a good conversation we had. I have to give you that. That was pretty fun. So um, um, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was good talking to you. Mm, it doesn't have this option here. Why is that? Interesting. Mm. Uh, So let's see. Anyway, that was a pretty good stream. Was a good conversation I had. So I see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe, stay strong, and stay warm. God bless. 300 out, out, out.